schläge das hat als ist geworden der שאינו Leloino, never noch, wie sie geworden einmal, sagt man bepeil, aber has de Hashem, hab mir sich misbeinen, a viele bechaie jem, sagt never has gocha protis, wie man hat es gesehen in der derische Liefnisse. Afal Pikein ist beteve bne Jodem, am ich erzählte a Sach, wo der in der Belet Jese, ist unter Dämmelt, macht es auf sehr aggresseren Eindruck, und wie fragt er, das ist ein Ingen, was lei Juman, ki ist super, Afal Pi, wo das a Reis bepeil, in a Miure, in a Passierung, wo sie hat gehad de Meise, von a Poschete Passierung, wie hat gedekach, als Kongur sein, a der, was durchem ist a Reis gekommen, der ganze Ringen, hat gar nicht margisch gewesen, und echt nicht margisch ist was zugetan.
I was doing research for NASA, for the Army Biological Laboratory, a very, very secure laboratory. Well, a fellow wanted to meet me. I told him on the phone, you don't have to come, I'll send him the check. And then he said, I don't need a check. That's the first time he said. That's the last time he said, I don't need it. He said, I don't need a check. I want to see you.
He was a famous guy. He was the darling of the Jewish community. He would speak in groups and in synagogues, and he was a scientist. He was a bacteriologist and a big name. And he felt, so I wanted to put him on our committee for our dinner. So I went to him for his permission, and I wanted to meet him.
I was sympathetic to him, even though I knew he was there for money or something else, but whatever gig he had. So I asked him to sit down, and we talked. And I said, you're a nice guy. I'm going to tell him how to be successful. First thing you got to do, trim the beard a little bit. You look like a mensch. Get out of that black suit, you look like an undertaker. All these. I was giving him good advice. He was listening. And then he looked out the window. This is important. Looked out the window.
I was to meet with him for 10 minutes. A very busy guy. But in the middle, it was like ski already, and I went to daven mincha. So I excused myself, put on a gartel, and daven minchas. And he went bonkers.
He took a cord from his pocket. He tied it around his waist, and he started to shake like this. He's in my office. He asked for an appointment, and he's ignoring me. When it was finished, he sat down again. I said, Rabbi Feller, the interview is over. You've insulted me. And then he said the key word. He said, what I came for was very, very important. But what I had to do now was even more important.
Die passieren, was durchgegangen wie das Kilo Nikra, ist recht, wie der Rambam sagt, das hat die Mitzwe, wo sieht Machria sein und wird bringen Yeshua zolle Leben.
If you want to talk about the word epiphany, that happened there. Here is a man who what he had to do to get up, and now I know he went into his davening mincha, the afternoon prayer, and he had to do it before the sun went down. And that was more important than even what he came for. Now that is dedication. And that impressed me.
I received a memo. It is not proper to ask a friend for a birthday gift. But in your case, because of the relationship that we have, I would ask you to give me a birthday present, which in fact would result in you putting on tefillin and saying at the Shema Yisrael, and if you can't do any more, I'll be satisfied with that. From the day I made a commitment, I put on 1,000 tefillin, and I never failed to do it one day. And I'm really proud of it.
Wenn Jid und da ist recht, wo der Ewigste hat ihm geschenkt mit einer Chosim, zwischen sie geschenkt ihm von Nutzen Gesundheit, a Schiffel. Loschen Hamedina Yacht. Als wird der Mieten hat ihn gepeilt, als darf sich nicht schämen, der Miet, was ist Aid, bechaye jem. Bischaß ist Reis gefahren, Kedarke mismal isman, auf ein paar etliche Tage. Da haben die Jemea Chefisch auf sein Yacht, Bischaas lek kumis man hat Tfilo, der gewusst hat die Tfilo, Shmeine Esre, Tfilo Samide, darf sein Ponav Yerushalayim.
I said, Captain, what's our heading? It was the north, south, east, west, so many degrees. For 2-3 times when I asked him originally, he said to me, Mr. Chase, gave me such and such and such and such. Then one day he says, are you studying navigation? I said, no. I every morning pray to God before I go upstairs, but I want to face east, which is Jerusalem. He said, Mr. Chase, if you pray to God every morning, you're making me very guilty that I do not pray to God and thank God.
Ich hab das gehört mit klein Scheni, weiß ich nicht, was regnet mit sein gewesen. Also tegen machen a prayer, aber trachten wegen dem Ewigsten eine schöne prayer. Das ist Schäle, der Ihnen aber die Sorge, eine von den Schäben mit in Nähe. Und wie bald a Mitzvah hat in sich a Teve, a Mitzvah, gereres Mitzvah, ist a sichere Sache, das wird euch gehad a Hemmscher, bei dem Reich Achel, bei dem Kap.
This was 1941. Rosh Hashanah, when they have to go to Tashlicht, they got to the park. When we started going outside, the Rebbe stopped the people and he said, you should walk down the street in 2 rows. And he pauses, and then he said, and sing. It was unheard of. Singing in the street? I prayed to God, get me out of this trouble.
Al Yevush mipnei hamaliyim, Bishas mi zayid beemes, hat mi sich nicht mit was zu schämen. Der Adrabe, dass Gorgei Yankiv hat nicht behalten das.
This guy comes over, dressed up very well, black suit and white shirt and his hair slicked back, no Hanukkah, no hat, nothing like that at all. He says, you know something? He says, over here I have sparks in my soul. And when I hear people walking down a street and they're singing hooray, I'm a Jew. That spark exploded into a... He turns around and walks away. I was old enough to realize that this guy was really touched by that. This got to him.
Das, was der Ried hat beim gefragt, wo ist Misra? Yomim shel Yachrize. Also getrechnet, öfter, Ton. A Sach, wo das nicht bezeitigt wie Jesche. Und als der Mond, dass da eine neue Reihe und der Nebelsten hat es ihm aufgehalten.
It was worth it to do all that singing in the world and marching 2 rows in the world, because somebody's heart it exploded. Hooray, I'm a Jew.
He wrote a lot about that first Minchit. So the Rebbe spoke about it. Gegangen nach Chassid Ashliach zu a Professor. Hat sich geredet als Sachphilosophie in the Gespräch. Aber nicht die Philosophie hat ihm genommen. The Mincha hat him genommen. It was the Mincha, the davening of the Shliach in the middle, that got him, that changed him.